Everyone, I know you really love using this app. Like, it's a very good tool for you to just do some graphics work and your phone. Now, the next tool that is very important here is actually the color tool, which you can your phone gallery have it, but this is a very special one here. The color tool, the correction tool, curve, and also um, levels. They all work together. I love arranging it alphabetically. I should have put the level beside the color correction and all those, but actually I barely use them. So now let's look at the color. We click on the color tool here. Now we enter the color tool. The color tool have some other features like the exposure, the brightness, contrast, saturation, temperature, and tint. All these are actually dealing with how your picture looks. How your picture looks when you snap a picture in the dark. It will be different from when you snap a picture in daylight. When there is sun, there will be more light, and during the dark there will be less light. So you can help your picture using the exposure, the brightness, the contrast, and the saturation temperature, tint, and the hue. So now the exposure actually deals with the light, just dealing with the light that enters your picture. Like now, if this is a balanced one right from the camera, now if I should increase the exposure, now I'm adding more light to it. So suppose this is not balanced, I can add more light. So if it is too much, it will blown out. So now there's something I have to explain in photography as well, which I won't really go deep. You don't really need that. Is actually there's the composition of light in the picture. We talk about the highlight, the shadow, the highlight and the shadow. The highlight is the light part and the shadow is the dark part of it. So once I'm applying light on it, it affects the highlight, the light part of the picture more than the shadow, the dark part. Now if I'm reducing this, it affects the dark part more than the light part, and the brightness as well. If I'm doing this and reducing this and reducing this, there's nothing, I've taken off the light. So now the exposure really works with when you are working with pictures that have no light. Maybe you want to increase it. Let me set it back to the normal percent we have here. Now if I'm doing a retouch on this, I can actually do something with the exposure. I can add more light to it just to make it so shining. So let me put a particular percentage. Let's add like 20 to it. Now also I can deal with the saturation deal with the color tone, and the temperature deal with coldness and the hotness of is just the temperature. Since temperature, coldness, and the hotness dealing with the color, how cold it should be, like mid cool, and how hot, how bright they should be. And now if I'm reducing this saturation, now we have the color being taken off and there is the color being more deeper. So now this, you can apply this effect on your phone. Unless we increase the highlight, give it more colors, and the temperature should be like reduced. You can see we're reducing the hotness. That means I see we are adding a sun to it, and the coldness, I see we are going to the dark side. Like it's getting dark. Now let me reduce and add more kind of temperature. And the tint, you can tint it to make the color all these three work together. That's why it's listed here. The first part deals with what? Light. The second part deal more with the color, and the hueness as still with the color, but it will totally change it, like mixing the color, the hueness, it will mix the color, like changing it totally. So we don't really need this guy over here. Let's go back and have this 0. So now if we apply this, and let's check what we have before with this. You can compare. Look at this. Now you can see, as you can see, we make it look more beautiful. So you can make your picture look more beautiful with these color correction and other things. Also the correction as well, the temperature is there, the white balance and everything is there. So it's just you work with them everywhere. So it's not really, it's a simple thing you can do, working with the color, and you just have your color. And let's work with another picture, just like the picture I work with the other time, like having a real image. And now let's work with this cropped one I worked at in the last class. Now let's deal with the color now. Now the exposure actually is good, but I can see more light here, so I can actually just reduce this. It's not looking good. If I increase it, can you see all the highlight sides? Sorry, these highlighted sides, it's blown off. This is blown off. This is blown off. This is blown off. So you can take the brightness, this, cool it, and the contrast, reduce the contrast, and set that. Let's set this back to normal, and let's say it looks contrast add 0 to medium. Now we have this, and what's in now to do is just, sorry, you can also reset it instead of you typing them by clicking on this reset, so you have them back. Okay, so I want to reduce the light. After that, I want to saturate it a little bit, just add a little color, and the temperature should be cooled down, and I don't need to tint this a little bit. Yeah, so we have this cool down. Your picture cool down. Cool. Now it's a little bit underexposed. It's a little underexposed. Now if I check with the previous one, we have, can you see, this is I think I have to take a screenshot of this. Wow, it's good. Okay, all right, this is the one we have before, and this is the new one we have. So now to work with this guy, let me just go back and go to the color. I don't need the exposure. What I need is just this saturation. Now I look more beautiful. Now let's deal with this. Now still the exposure is still there. Sorry, the exposure is still there. The contrast still same. The brightness still same. But now the saturation, it looks deeper, and this is a very great one. So you can actually work with the saturation depending on the picture. Now you look more beautiful at the side better than this. So I can save this and just compare it. I'm saving as JPEG. I actually love using PNG. So like good one. Okay, so that is using the colors and also the correction, the curve. Now let's work with the curve. The curve actually have like these 3 sides. You can work with the RGB, depends, so you can work with them at once. If you take the red part and let's reduce the green part, you see, and if you take the blue part, yeah, this. Let's compare this guy and see the difference between what we have. Now it's actually good depending on how good you can use that. Depending on how good, I don't teach that much because you don't really need to go deep on that because it's so I think this deal with the light part, yeah, and this deal with the dark part. Yes, yeah, this deal with the dark part, this deal with the light part. You can increase it so the more you take it to blow out, to reduce the light. So this deal with the light, this deal with the highlight or the light part of the picture, and this deal with the dark part of the picture. So now let me try and okay, you can have your 6 points, you can have your 3 points is actually the best one. Sorry, the 4 points, 5 points rather is the best one. Is it 4? Yeah, 4. 4 is the best one. I can actually reset it by going back to this. So that is using the curves. Depending on how you can study the graph. The graph is here. The picture is actually perfect by checking the graph. I don't want to go deep in this, but like now you can see this graph. This side deals with the dark part, and this is the middle you have, and this deal with the light part, the RGB. So now you can see the graph that this really starts from the beginning. Suppose this starts from around this side, that's a very bad one. So you can just drag it so it can comes to this area. I can better explain this with Photoshops and other tool like GIMP and to explain the curve or the levels as well. So now I'm spoiling it now just because can you see the dark part has moved to this side. The picture was perfect before, now it has moved to this side, so I've blown out all the black part, all the dark part rather. Now I have them back. So this. So if I take it up now, it is worse. If you start and the picture starts from this area, sorry, let me have your ink. Okay, now if this starts from here, it's not good. You have to make sure it starts from maybe around here. And also let me try the highlight part. Oh sorry, I'm on the ink. So now let's have this. You can see this side is changing as well. Yeah, so now the highlight part is blown out as well. So now it's not perfect. The picture actually has a very perfect lighting, like the light is enough, the exposure is good, it's good. So the graph is kind of perfect around this area, but now I touch it, now you can see it is blown out. All the white side is blown out and all this is blown out. So if you have something like this, just find the means of making them comes to this edge and this edge. Maybe next time when I want to work on this, I'll find a picture that does not have that. Now if I take this up, the middle is blown out. Can you see breakings here? Can you see breakings here? That's the dark part as well. And the light side here, did I change this thing to 4? The light side here is breaking as well. Let me change it back to 5. Okay, now so good. So this will take care of the middle. Now the middle is changing. Okay, now that is it there. It's gonna change. That's you working with the curves. So the curves actually show you plots for you, the RGB. The level is actually good. The picture has a perfect lighting right now. That's a perfect lighting right now. So you can just work with this guy like this. Okay, maybe I should just find the picture on my phone that that's not having that. Holy Jesus, we have seen all these pictures. Okay, let me find one. Okay, let's find one. Take it much more time. Okay. picture of me, I think. So this was taken. Now let's check the curve of this picture. Now still a perfect one. We have this starting from this area, but this we can actually just still give it a light a little bit. So now if I drag this, now it's broken off. So light area is taken off. Yeah, it's broken, it's broken. But let me just have it back to its ultimate stage and take this side up and okay, fine. We have that graph. So now if I go back, I still have that, but broken up. Now let's compare the previous one. Let's record that now. Okay, now alright, there are differences but not that much. Okay, fine. Alright, thank you for watching.